Hello, my name is Mark Bartek, Senior Director of Mission Partner Development for Focus, the Fellowship of Catholic University Students. Welcome to the Day of Mission, Prayer, and Giving. I'm excited to take a little bit of time this morning to talk about how Focus is working to secure our future as we've seen God provide an abundance of blessings over the course of the last 23 years. What are we doing from a natural and supernatural approach in order to secure our future and ensure that the resources that will be needed to continue the work of disciple making and evangelization on campus and in parishes can continue? This morning, I'm excited to have with me Shannon Downlearn. Shannon is the Director of Focus Campaigns and Benefactor Communication. She's been with the Mission of Focus for the last 6 years and having just a tremendous impact. I have the great honor and blessing of being able to work closely with her. But maybe one of the most important things that you should know about Shannon is that she is a native Texan through and through. So welcome, Shannon. How are you today?
Doing great, Mark. How are you?
Doing very well, doing very well. So I'm excited to talk to you a little bit today about the Run So As to Win campaign. But before that, why don't you just tell me a little bit more about yourself and how you ended up in this area of mission?
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for having me. I am originally from Houston, Texas, as you said, big Texan from a big Catholic family. I'm the oldest of 7. And I was actually a Division I athlete at the University of Arkansas. I studied business, but I had a really big desire for nonprofit and a desire to serve the church. And so when I graduated, my husband's schooling actually moved us up to Denver. And so I kind of randomly applied to Focus's development team and then just absolutely fell in love with the people as well as the mission of Focus. I mean, the mission of reaching more students with the truth, the joy, the beauty of the gospel really spoke to my heart. And so it's something that I wanted to dedicate myself to. And I was on the team for a couple of years, and then I was asked to step in to run the behind-the-scenes effort of our Run So As to Win campaign, which meant that I oversaw all the financial reporting, some of our external leadership with the campaign, as well as all of our communications with the campaign. And so, again, I just feel truly blessed to be a part of this mission. And even though a lot of what I do is behind the scenes, it feels as my way to contribute to the church. And I definitely see that from our office's standpoint of just being able to support our missionaries on campus to the best of our abilities. So it's been a gift to be on mission.
That's fantastic. Can you just talk about campaigns in general? Why would an organization or a mission or a ministry enter into a campaign? I'm sure many people that are listening know that you do a campaign to build a building or launch a new initiative or something like that. But why campaigns in general, Shannon?
Yeah, absolutely. Campaigns come about when an organization has an extraordinary need of some sort. So as you mentioned, Mark, if you're a parish and you want to build a new building or you need to renovate your community center, those are very tangible elements that a parish might into a campaign period. They have this extraordinary need that they need to raise extra funds for. And for Focus, we don't necessarily build buildings. We're really about sending missionaries to college campuses across the world. And so for us, our campaign is slightly different in the sense of it's really a growth campaign. It's helping us to reach more people, to go deeper on the campuses that we serve. And then we also wanted to strengthen our organization so that we can continue to run after this mission for years to come. And so we saw this as an extraordinary need in terms of our organization, our vision, our strength. This campaign started a couple of years ago, and so we were looking out to the future, and we knew that in order to achieve some of the targets that we had, which were pretty ambitious and big, we wanted to be able to support that financially as well. And so that's where the Run So As to Win campaign really generated from, was this extraordinary need to be on mission, to do more good to the extent that we can. So I don't know if that helps clarify what campaigns do, but that's essentially what we've been working towards the last couple of years.
No, it's good to know that we're not just trying to build a structure, but we're trying to build really a movement and a mission that can reach more people, as well as to improve the investment on each of the campuses where we serve, so that we can engage more students or more parishioners and help them to come closer to our Lord. So what are Focus's Run So As to Win campaign goals, and what do you think it means for the future of Focus as a mission?
Yeah, absolutely. So I alluded a little bit to this in the previous question, but the campaign really is about going farther than we ever have, going deeper than we ever have, and then sustaining our mission, going forever. as long as the Lord calls us to this mission, which we believe is to continue to bring the gospel to the ends of the earth. So it really is kind of a forever mission until Christ comes again. There are 5 priorities within that. So the 5 priorities that are helping us achieve that farther, deeper, forever would be ignite this generation, which is all about expansion. So bringing more missionaries to more campuses to reach more people. We also have a pillar called Launch New Leaders, which helps us to develop our missionaries as well as our internal office staff so that we can be more effective both on campus as well as organizationally, so that we can really be strategic in the way that we approach our mission and our effort. Renew the Culture is about winning more students, winning benefactors, reaching more people through different retreats, conferences, mission trips, anything that's able to help us have opportunities to engage students, to engage parishioners, to engage our alumni in different activities that Focus is putting on. Our 4th pillar is Mobilize the Alumni. So we have this growing alumni base of people who are coming in and out of Focus Bible studies, both missionaries, but also our student leaders. And our missionaries are really building a network of people that hopefully over the next couple of years, they can continue to be engaged with the mission of Focus and stay on mission as they are launched into parishes across the country. And then the 5th pillar is Secure a Future, which is really about building up our financial reserves so that we can, again, continue to run after this mission for years and years and years to come. We want to be financially responsible, but also match our operating reserve budget to our fiscal reserves as well. So that's where the Secure Our Future pillar comes into play. So farther, deeper, forever, though, it really is, if I had to sum it up, it's all about sending more missionaries to more campuses to reach more students, and then strengthening our apostolate so that we can run after this mission for years to come.
That's fantastic, Shannon. So when we think about the campaign, if I understand right, a campaign's not you start it and do it forever. There's kind of a specific time frame that goes on with it. When did this campaign begin, and is there an end date or a goal date for it specifically, and how's it going so far?
Yeah, absolutely. So we launched this campaign publicly back in 2021, so it was last year at Seek. We have until the end of next May, so the end of the fiscal year is next May 31st, 2023, and that's will be the conclusion of the Run So As to Win campaign. We have a goal of raising $250 million, and we're 88% of the way there. So we've made tremendous progress over the last couple of years. But there is, again, the goals of the campaign really come down to the fruits that we see on campus. And so, we've been working towards increasing the number of missionaries from 660 when the campaign began to, we want to get up to 900 to 1,000 missionaries. We were at 205 locations or campuses, 155 locations when the campaign began, and we want to get to 250, somewhere in that ballpark, including digital campuses, in the next couple of years. At alumni mobilization and engagement, we had about 400 alumni who came to our SEEK conference when we started the campaign. Now we're at 2,500. We want to get to even more to engage our alumni and, again, to continue to draw them into mission so that they're equipped to serve in parishes.
That's amazing.
So those are some of those big kind of impact targets that we have for the campaign. Mm-hmm.
So it really seems like the campaign is enabling us to have a deeper impact and then to accompany people for longer within mission as well, kind of building up maybe some of the momentum that they can carry from their time on campus and potentially as alumni, people who've been involved and into the parish as well. Do you think that, I'm going to put you on the spot here, Shannon, I didn't ask you, do you think that the average missionary is going to experience this in some way? How will this kind of filter down into the individual missions in some ways or the campuses? What could you see this have an impact on individuals? If you can.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, yeah, no, absolutely. I think if you're a missionary on campus, there's the opportunity that you have every single day when you're waking up to reach one more student or to go a little bit further with one of the current people that you're working with. And I think when you're looking at the big picture, which campaigns kind of get us looking at the whole forest instead of a tree, sometimes we forget that there are lots of individual trees that make up this whole forest. And so as you drill down into it, the campaign is going to be helping us keep costs minimal so that you can bring that student back or invite that student to come onto the Seek experience or to go on retreat or to go on a mission trip or to come over for Bible study in a way that, we're able to mitigate some of the costs that we might incur nationally. And so that's definitely been a helpful tool for us as an organization. And at the end of the day, we want to be able to train up those missionaries too, so that they have the best top world-class formation in the summer as well as throughout the year, so that they can really continue to be effective as missionaries on campus. But you're right. It comes down to just like the one student that we could continue to invite to come deeper into their faith life and their journey with Jesus.
Yeah, that's really important to think about how this isn't about an organization and the balance sheet or anything like that. This is really about creating the circumstances that make it possible for one missionary to encounter one student and change that individual's life so that then they can continue that as well. And it's really been kind of the concept of paying it forward. And the Run So As to Win campaign, then, it seems, would help secure that for the future and make sure that it's always going to be there. So then as families are sending their children off to college, they know or can have confidence that Focus will be there. It just makes me think a lot about St. John Paul II in his call, I sense the time has come for the church to commit all her energies to the new evangelization and the mission ad gentes. And I oftentimes think about what that means for us as being on mission, and especially working on the development, the fundraising side of things. What we're inviting people is not just to make a gift of their finances. We're inviting them to dedicate a portion of their time and their talent, which is how their work is translated into treasure. And that's how they can participate. They spend several weeks working or whatever it is, and they make money, and their time is then dedicated to help us out with this. So how would somebody who is interested become involved or learn more about the Run So As to Win campaign? What could they do, or where should they go, Shannon?
Absolutely. One of the best places to go would be the campaign website, which is run.focus.org. So run.focus.org. That has all the details on the campaign, the different priorities that I shared briefly earlier, ways to make a gift, different campaign stories, some of the numbers in terms of impact. So that's a great place to go to learn more. But I also, like you were alluding to, Mark, prayer and being on mission with us is most important. And I think, if anything, that I've learned throughout the last couple of years being a part of Focus is that we're all called to be missionaries in some way. We're all surrounded by 2 or 3 or 4 people who need our attention, need our love, need our support. And whether you're a benefactor, a mission partner, a student, an alumni, like we all have that missionary call to reach others with Jesus's love. And so I think all of us living that out and running so as to win in that sense and really taking that theme to heart, that's something that you can definitely do to be on mission with us and to be participating in this campaign as well.
That's fantastic. One of the things, I'll put you on the spot again, Shannon, you and I have spent a lot of time over the course of the last year talking about the journey that we hope to invite our supporters into. Would you mind just talking for a little bit about maybe what some of the vision could be for that, and maybe what our supporters should be looking forward to as we kind of come towards the end of the Run So As to Win campaign, and as Focus is really thinking about investing more deeply into our supporters as well?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's interesting to see how the Holy Spirit works. And I think that there's been a number of conversations and people who've been placed onto this specific mission at this specific time for a specific purpose. We have recently realized just how much impact we have when it comes to the national base of people that we continue to reach out to every single year who support us. And all of a sudden, I think we were really understanding the depth and the ability and the reach that we had as a team to continue to draw people deeper into the mission of Focus in a really impactful way. And so one of the things that we'd love to do for anyone who supports Focus, whether that's a missionary or Focus National, is we'd love to just continue to build up this community of supporters through prayer, as well as through inviting them to be on mission with us in a deeper way. And so whether that's the invitation to pray more deeply for your missionary, to pray more deeply for different leaders at Focus, as well as to just come on to a Bible study that we're hoping to offer next spring. We just hosted one the last couple of weeks, and we want to continue to offer some of these spiritual experiences. Seek is another great way that we'd love to continue to have our mission partners and benefactors come and experience what our students on campus experience, but our missionaries work so hard to bring, thousands of students to come and experience Christ's love and to listen to all these different talks. And we do have a benefactor experience there that we'd love to invite people to come and participate and see. Because at the end of the day, Mark, you were again alluding to this, that there is this call for us to grow in our faith life. And so we'd love to just continue to be able to offer that to our supporters as well in the years to come. So be on the lookout for more content, more events, more experiences, Bible studies. That's definitely things that we want to be able to invite our supporters into, so that there really is a community of people who are on mission to share the love of Jesus Christ with everyone that they encounter.
That's fantastic. This is one of the things that I think I'm most excited about. I spent almost 14 years working on our collegiate outreach side of things, and the last 2.5 years on the mission partner development side, and just thinking about the reality that we have tens of thousands of people who have provided support to a missionary or to the mission in some way, shape, or form. How do we bring them along in their faith? How do we provide resources to them to kind of win, build, and send, right? Focus's primary approach to mission, kind of following how Jesus did it. How do we win our supporters more deeply to their faith, bring them along within the mission, and then send them out? And I think one of the things that's unique about Focus is really that win and that build side of things. There's lots and lots of that win and send side of things. There's lots and lots of build resources out there, whether it's form.org or OSV Talks or, a plethora of podcasts. But we really desire to help people to deepen their faith in such a way that they can share it and bring others into it as well, and to mobilize them to be effective within their own faith, so that they can truly make disciples as Christ calls us to. Shannon, what else, shifting back to the campaign, is there anything else that's important for people to know about the Run So As to Win campaign? And if there's not, we might have covered all the bases already, but what else would you want to say about the campaign?
I'd say my closing thoughts, Mark, we've touched a lot on it already. I just love the theme for this effort. I was a college runner, so there's always the running theme that gets me excited. And but I think what St. Paul is writing about in his letter to the Corinthians on running so as to win. And I think that's something that we can all take to heart again in our own personal way, that we will not rest. And I think that's really Focus's goal too. Like, we will not rest. We have made it to 200 campuses already at this far into the campaign, as well as into our organization's history. But we're not ready to rest. We have a lot more ground to cover. And so that's really the invitation, is to be on mission to help us reach more people, because there's more people out there for us to continue to go. And so I just say the zeal, that theme of running so as to win, like giving it our all, that's really what this theme and this campaign is about. And so I just wanted to share those thoughts at the end of this time today.
Thank you, Shannon. It is, I'm glad that you point that out. Many people might not know this, but Focus is a very restless organization. We celebrate, but not for very long before we're thinking about what's the next opportunity or challenge that's before us. What is God calling us to seek to accomplish, trusting in Him and in His grace to do everything? Because if it was just left to our own devices, we wouldn't have gotten very far. But we are a very prayed up organization and really seek to do what God desires. So I'm really grateful to you, Shannon, for your time today. And I just want to also express my great gratitude to everybody who has supported a missionary or Focus generally in the past, all of you who have joined us on the Run So As to Win campaign. We are so grateful for you. Nothing that we can do could happen without you and without your yes to God to partner with us in this way. And so I hope that you feel that we do love you, and we are so grateful for you. So thank you for your investment into the work of the new evangelization through the mission of Focus. And thank you for your time again today, Shannon. This was fantastic. I really appreciated the opportunity to talk about the Run So As to Win campaign, and I look forward to seeing what the Lord will do next.
Thank you, Mark. It's been great to be with you.
God bless.